cause number 2020-66156 in the interest of Genevieve Velasquez. All parties, is this the right case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Jessica Helen Bomelos, and I'm the mother of Genevieve Velasquez.
And representing the state.
Angela Jeffries for the Office of the Attorney General, Your Honor.
Order to note that the non-custodial parents, Donald Lee Wren Jr., Mr. Wren was personally served on January 14th. 2021 at 1:38 p.m. at 701 North San Jacinto Street in Houston, Harris County, Texas. He filed an answer. And was notified of this Zoom hearing by certified mail return to street requested. And he is not checked in. Is that correct, Ms. Jeffries?
That's correct, Your Honor. He's not checked in today.
And that notice was delivered at 2:06 p.m. on October 1st, 2021. The presumed father of the child, Julio Cesar Pañuelos, personally served on December 9th, 2020 at 1:03 p.m. at 881 Chestnut Avenue, Tracy, San Joaquin County, California. And he has not filed an answer. Is that correct? Or made an
That's
appearance?
correct. That's correct, Your Honor.
Plus, he was further given notice of this Zoom hearing by certified mail return requested that was delivered on October 4th, 2021 at 6:26 p.m. And he is not checked in today, correct?
Correct, Your Honor. He's not.
All right, we'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Genevieve E. Velasquez. I'm sorry. The state calls Jessica Helen Venezuelos. Ms. Venezuelos, you are the mother of Genevieve Velasquez, correct, ma'am?
Yes, that's correct.
And how old is your daughter, ma'am?
She'll be 2 on December 3rd.
All right. And when she was conceived, you were married to someone else. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
But you completed DNA testing that showed that Donald Lee Wren could not be excluded as the father of this child. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And you also did DNA testing that showed that the presumed father on this case, Mr. Julio Cesar Banuelos, is excluded as a father of this child. Is that correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I would like to offer in evidence what will be marked as State's Exhibit A and B, the DNA testing results for Mr. Wren showing that he could not be excluded, and the DNA results showing that Mr. Venezuelos is excluded as a father of this child.
Ms. Banuelos, have you had an opportunity to look at these DNA test reports?
Yes, I have.
And do you have any objection of me admitting them into evidence?
No, Your Honor.
All right, States Exhibit A and B. DNA test reports are admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Venezuelos, in line with the DNA testing, you're asking the court to find that Mr. Donald Lee Wren Jr. is the father of your daughter. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes.
Now, as far as conservatorship, you're asking this court to make you the sole managing conservator of Genevieve. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then the day-to-day decision making, who usually makes the decisions regarding this child?
I do.
Has Mr. Wren ever participated in the day-to-day decision making regarding this child?
No, he has not.
Okay. And to your knowledge right now, where is Mr. Wren currently at?
Incarcerated in jail
Okay. And how long has he been incarcerated, ma'am?
since November of last year.
Okay. So in line with that, you're asking the court to appoint you as the sole managing conservator.
Yes.
All right. And as far as the child's last name, you're asking the courts to leave her last name as Velasquez. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. And you currently reside in Harris County. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes.
You understand that you'll be under a geographical restriction to Harris and contiguous counties going forward.
Yes.
Now, as far as possession and access, you are not asking the court to make any further orders due to the fact that Mr. Wren is currently incarcerated. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you believe that to be in the best interest of the child at this time?
Yes, I do.
All right. Now, as far as the medical support, do you have any private medical or dental insurance available for this child?
No, I do not.
To your knowledge, does Mr. Wren have any private health or dental insurance available?
No, he does not.
Okay. And you've agreed that we're going to set the medical support in this case, or the cash medical, at $0 based on the fact that Mr. Wren is incarcerated.
Yes.
You also agreed that the child support due to incarceration will be $0 beginning November 1st of 2021. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, as far as retroactive or back child support, you are seeking retroactive or back child support. Is that correct?
Yes.
You are seeking it from the day that this child was born, which was December 3rd of 2019, until November 23rd of 2020. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that November 23rd, 2020 date is the incarceration date as far as you know for Mr. Wren, correct?
Yes.
You understand that that calculation was based off a minimum wage presumption for those 12 months,
Yes.
right? And you understand that you're asking the court, to approve a judgment in the amount of $2,736. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes.
And if court calls to build in this case, who do you believe they should be built against, you or Mr. Wren?
Mr. Wren.
All right. And you're asking this court to not disclose your address at this time. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe Mr. Wren having your address will cause you harm, harassment?
Yes, I am.
Does Mr. Wren currently know where you reside at, ma'am?
Yes, he does.
Why do you believe Mr. Wren, if he knew your address, would cause you harm or harassment?
In the past, we had an altercation where it's happened before.
Okay. What is the last incident where he came to your house unannounced or you allege he harassed you?
It was in June of 2019.
Okay. And what exactly happened during that incident?
I was trying to just get my stuff to leave, and he would not let me. And so then I had to call the cops just to have reinforcements there so that I can get my stuff just to leave out peacefully.
Okay. So in line with your testimony, you're asking the court to enter a non-disclosure of your address going forward.
Yes, please.
You signed this default order. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes.
And you believe it to be in the best interest of your child?
Yes, I do.
And you're asking the court to approve this default order?
Yes, I am.
I have nothing further, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
All right, the court will approve the order is submitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Venezuelos, you are excused. I will only contact you if I need you to re-sign the order if I find a mistake. Other than that, you can log off of the judge's Zoom.
Okay, then. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Okay, set for October 31st. No, this one. What?
This is my first time, so just bear with me.
No,
He's on the phone, Judge.
okay, why are we hearing this case today?
Why are we hearing this case today? We're hearing a deferred commitment.
The deferred commitment was set for October 31st, 2000. Oh, that's 2019. Okay, hold on. Sorry.
What?
Okay, case you're set to October 28th. Okay. Right. All right, this code number 2001-64226, in the interest of Tanya Robert Vaughn. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes,
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Shaniqua Roberts Curtis, her mother.
All right, sir, your name and your relationship to the child. All right, and representing the state.
Sade Parker, Your Honor.
All right. What are we doing today, Ms. Parker?
Your Honor, we're here requesting that Mr. Vaughn be sent to jail.
What kind of hearing are we having today?
A commitment hearing, Your Honor.
All right, and the basis of that was
He's currently on a deferred commitment right now.
that was the agreed order revoking community supervision
that was
on May 7th, 2019.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's proceed.
Your Honor, I would also agree to take judicial notice of the order entitled Order Enforcing and Modifying the Child Support Obligation that was signed on June 30th of 2013.
I'll have to pull that up. Hold on. What date now?
It was on July 30th, 2013.
2013.
Yeah.
All right, that was an order enforcing and modifying support obligation. Okay, we'll take note of that.
And I would also like to tender an updated pay record. I've already given Mr. Vaughn a copy of this.
Is that marked? We had an opportunity to look at this, sir? Any objection to me looking at it? The State's Exhibit A is admitted.
Your Honor, the state would like to call Miss Shaniqua Roberts Curtis. Miss Roberts Curtis, can you hear me?
Barely.
Okay. Okay. Miss Roberts Curtis, since the
Now I recognize you.
since the agreed order revoking the community supervision that was signed in May of 2019, have you been receiving consistent full payments from Mr. Vaughn as it relates to the child support arrearage?
No,
And do you believe that Mr. Vaughn is taking the repayment of his child support arrears seriously?
No.
And are you requesting that he be remanded to jail?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness.
You have any questions for her, sir?
Not at all, sir.
All right,
Your Honor, the state would like to call Willie Vaughn.
all right.
Mr. Vaughn, since you signed that agreed order in May of 2019, you were supposed to pay $9,280, and you only paid so far towards your arrears $3,611.99. Why have you not made full payment?
Because of the situation with my load, we already spoke that if we were fluctuating up and down, I have to be consistently.
Where have you been consistently living during that?
Where
And do you pay rent there?
yes, I do. Pretty much.
Okay, and do you pay partial rent every month?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so why are you paying partial rent every month, but you can't pay your child support every month?
Well, I make random payments just to kind of try to stay compliant, so to show that I'm making an effort to pay my child support, but I'm not making enough money to make that number.
Why have you not sought other employment?
Well, I'm looking for other employment via agencies, but I haven't been found work.
Okay, so you haven't been, you say you're a PNR at Memorial
I'm a
Hermann,
surgical technologist.
you're a surgical technologist. And were you a surgical technologist in 2019?
Yes, I've been a surgical technologist for about 15 years.
Okay, so before COVID, were you making your payments consistently?
Looking at the paperwork, I was doing the best I can, as I always do.
Okay, but are you working, when you were working full time?
I'm trying to obtain a full-time position right now.
Okay, so you've been part-time there this whole time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and how are you supporting, how much do you make, how are you supporting yourself?
How do I support myself?
Yeah,
I work,
how much do you pay in partial rent?
160,
160 bi-weekly. Do you rent a room or are you like, you rent a room, so you pay 160 bi-weekly, do you have a car? Okay, how much is your car insurance? Okay, 200. How much do you pay for gas?
I would say a minimum number of items.
And how much do you get paid as a surgeon? So $29 an hour. Have you tried to also obtain employment at other hospitals besides Memorial Hermann Hospital?
Yes, and actually, I work for USPI, so what that means, we have several hospitals throughout the city of Houston. So if any opportunity is given to me to go somewhere and work at another hospital, I will take it. But I have to continue to do that.
Okay, you haven't tried to other places to be able to fulfill your child support obligation.
Till today, I go try to Humble, Kingwood, Richmond, Pasadena, various places.
Okay, and so for the past 2 years, you've been hardly working at all, but you're not changing your career?
I wouldn't say that I would want to change my career because I had to go to school for this, and I'm pretty proud of what I do, but I am seeking other sources of income.
So my only question is, do you think it's fair that you're paying partial rent, you're paying your car, you're doing all this other stuff, but you have $43,000 in back child support?
And I'll continue to make random payments like I do.
So you can even rent a payment of $50 to $60, correct? Okay, and would you say that when you have kids, you sacrifice for your kids? Okay, and you say you're paying $50 a week for gas or whatever it is. And then you randomly just, whenever you feel like it, you're $50 or $60.
It's not when I feel like it, it's when I have it. 46,000 pay out now, I would take it off for the sake of my child.
So you don't have it now, but when did you have it? When did you have the money to pay?
Never had $46,000, but like I say, I'll continue to work and best I can to try to compliance. out of compliance now, I'll continue to chip away at the iceberg. I'm not gonna just like let my child support continue to appear. I'm gonna try to.
And you do understand that when you pay those little payments, because you owe the regular payment plus interest.
Yeah, I hadn't always had my life together, so I'm.
Yeah, I have no further questions.
Ms. Roberts, do you have any questions of Mr. Vaughn's?
No, I don't have any questions.
All right.
Your Honor, we're asking that he be remanded to jail today.
Ms. Farrar, you think she's proven her case? I haven't heard dates that were missed. I haven't heard of payments that were missed. I haven't heard any of that.
He's here that different.
At this time, we don't have the pay record reflects for itself. He's here simply on a hearing on the deferred commitment. He already held him in contempt. Therefore, Your Honor, the state's opinion that all he needed to do is he's actually here just to go to jail. And we're at the benefit of the court to provide extra evidence as to his circumstances. But pursuant to that court order, he's been.
He's already been committed.
And committed.
That means that I committed you to jail back in
That's because I
the
didn't
7th of
know-
May, 2019. I committed you to jail, but I deferred the commitment. And that's the hearing that we're having today. So I defer the commitment so that I can give you an opportunity to show me that you're going to be paying your child support.
I will. Your Honor, I really will.
You haven't. It's been a year and a half, I guess. Is it?
Yeah, but it's because of COVID, like the caseload went down in my job and I haven't been able to work. That's why I'm trying to obtain a full-time job, so I can get those 80 hours every 2 weeks, so I can pay full time.
And so you're working now.
Oh, yes, sir. I've been working for 4 or 5 years and I'm more.
And so what is your monthly income?
I say I probably get like 60 hours every 2 weeks, so my monthly income, I don't know that number off the top of my head.
He said he made $29.
Well, you make $29 an hour, work 120 hours a month.
Yes, sir.
So you're making close to $3,500 a month.
So, cut that in half, your child support.
I'm sorry?
Cut that in half, your child support. They take like 40% of my check, so I don't bring all that.
And 40% of,
I continue, like I said, I went downstairs to make changes this morning. I'll continue to do so.
a 2-week date. All right. It's on a Thursday. Yes, sir.
With all due respect, give me the opportunity now, you call me back in 3 months, and say that's in my opinion. Whatever the case may be. I want to be very in the world, sir.
All right, father's committed to serve the sentence previously imposed. We'll have a jail review hearing on November 18th, 2021. And I'll post $1,000 cash bond.